Hi friends, Hunter Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and Country Cook, back aboard the beautiful Miss Sheila houseboat where we're cruising and cooking again today. Today we're going to do ribs, what I call quick ribs. Because when you're out in the hunting camp, you can't spend 6-8 hours a day trying to cook ribs and tenderize them, all that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the big bad thing. We're going to boil them. And I've been told by a lot of guys, you don't boil ribs, you boil eggs. Well, I'm going to boil ribs today, but I'm actually going to put flavor back into them, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I got some baby back ribs here. These are moist and tender pork loin back ribs. I love baby backs. They're easy to work with. And don't cut these out over the sink and let all that juice run down the sink, because that is a lot of your flavor. I save that. All that juice that's in that packet, don't throw that away. So we'll dump these ribs out in here. And the first thing you want to do with these baby backs, their meat's on this side, and the back side where all the bones are is a little membrane. Now, I've already took it off to save some time in the show, but you just take a paper towel, get a hold of the corner of it, and peel it. It just peels like a sheet, a real thin membrane sheet, and take it off the back. That way your seasoning will soak in through the bones and into the meat a lot better. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to boil these ribs. I know it's the big no-no, but we're going to do it. It saves a lot of time. And I'm going to put flavor into these ribs, not cook all the flavor out. This is about half full of water. I cut one of these baby back ribs in half, plunk these down in here, and don't forget to pour all that, bloody juice in there, because that's flavor. Don't throw that flavor away. If you've got meat that you've stored, hamburger or whatever, venison burger, and you're getting ready to make it, burgers or something to put on the grill the next day, and you pull the burger out and there's blood in the bottom, soak it all back in there, because that's really where the flavor is. Now, I took a small onion, and I kind of quartered this thing up here. I'm going to put some onion in there. Next thing I'm going to do is put some salt and pepper in here, just like we're seasoning up a soup. Quite a bit of salt and quite a bit of pepper in here. Then we're going to put in some beef broth in our water, or beef stock in this case, and just load it in there pretty good. You can buy this stuff real cheap at the store, about $1 a jug. Pour that right in the water. And all these flavors, we're going to instill all these flavors into our ribs, at saving time at the same time by cooking it in a short period of time. A little bit of garlic powder. Lay it right in there. Don't be afraid. We're going to pop this on the stove, put it on high heat, bring it to a boil, then turn it down to about medium high, or even about medium, to kind of a slow simmer for 1 hour. And that'll pull all the meat back away from the bones, cook all the fat along the edges off, put a lot of flavor into this, and then I'll show you what we're going to do in just a second. Okay, let's pretend that we cooked these for an hour on the stove. We didn't do that because the ones that I had, I took them and put them on the grill so they'd be ready for this show already. But you boil them for an hour, makes them real tender, and it puts flavor in with the beef broth, with the onions, with all the spices. Take them out with some tongs or whatever you can, drain it as hot as you can possibly handle them. Put them on aluminum foil. Now remember, these are raw yet, but the ones that you'll be cooking at home, of course, will be done after an hour. Cover them with your favorite rib rub. We have ours. We're going to make some of our seasonings available to you in the future. Rub it on both sides. You want to get it on there pretty good. Then while it's really hot, wrap it up in aluminum foil and put it in your refrigerator the night before you're going to put it on the grill. As it cools, it's almost like a contraction. It draws all them spices into the meat. Then the next day, this handy-dandy little package is ready to pop on the grill. You've only spent an hour in the boiling it in all the spices and all the goodies, and you're only going to spend about another hour on the grill. So normally those guys that take 6 or 8 hours to cook ribs, you don't want to do that at the hunting camp. You want it done in a couple hours. Do this the night before, cool it with your spices. The next day, we're going to pop them on the grill, and we're going to go show you what that process is right now. Let's go check them out on the grill. Okay, here we are out at our barbecue grill. Now remember what we did to get to this point. We took our baby back ribs, cut them in half, dumped the juice out, not down the sink, but into a bowl, and saved that red juice, poured it into about 6 inches of water in a pot, put in some garlic powder, salt, pepper. We took an onion and quartered it up. And we also took a big container of beef broth and poured it in there. So I know they say don't boil ribs, but I boil flavor in, not boil taste out. Got done, took them out of that water as hot as it could be after 1 hour of boiling. You know, you can turn it down, kind of simmer it, but as long as it keeps it up at a boil for 1 hour. Covered them with rib rub while they were still hot, wrapped them in aluminum foil, and put them in the refrigerator. Now you're all set for whenever you want. An hour later, they're done in here. And what we did is, this is like a regular grill. It's got like 4 burners on it. Now, if you've got a barbecue grill that doesn't have 4 burners, put your briquettes around the outside and put your aluminum foil in the middle so the heat is not directly underneath your aluminum foil. I turned all 4 of them on, brought my grill up to temperature, put the aluminum foil with the ribs on this side and shut these 2 burners off and left these 2 burners on over here. So this is hotter than fire, but this is not underneath burning it up. Let's take a peek at them once and see how we're doing. Oh, they are looking good, looking good. Check this out here. Now, they only been in there for about an hour. As hot as that thing can get fired up with half them burners on. And they're ready to move inside. They're already sweating real good. And they could stand a little longer, maybe get a little more juice underneath there. But we're going to move them inside and paint them with some barbecue sauce and cut them up. And we're going to have our ribs ready to go in only 2 hours, not 6. We're going to move them inside and put some barbecue sauce on them. And we're going to show you what they look like when we plate them rascals up here. They are a little hot, but they should be. They smell good. We'll see you back inside. And here we are back from our barbecue grill. These ribs look terrific. Now remember, we boiled them. We put them on the grill for an hour, total of 2 hours. And let me show you something here. Let's get a close-up of this one. If they pull apart, now some people want them to fall off the bone, but I like it. Look at there. Oh, man. So when you pull the bone apart, that some of the meat still sticks on the bone. Oh, look at that. I'm sorry, I had to get ahead of myself there. Look at that. They just pull finger tender. Only 2 hours. It didn't, and all the meat that's in between on these baby backs, these only took, look at that. Wow. Just falls apart. The meat is just so tender. 2 hours as opposed to 6 hours. Finger licking good. But I'm missing something. I don't know what I'm missing here, but...
Don't forget to tell them about our barbecue sauce.
That's right. Thank you, Sheila. Appreciate that. We've got a new line of barbecue sauce. It's so new sitting here that we don't even have a label finished for it yet. It is developed by a guy by the name of Clem Schmidt, a friend of mine. He's been in the business for years, putting out all kinds of barbecue sauce. He's won several national competitions with it. I can't tell you what's in it, or I'd have to hunt you down and get the recipe back. But we'll let you know a little bit later on, you know, sometime either on the website or, you know, in a newsletter or something, how you can get this barbecue sauce. It might be available in a store. We're working on that too. But it's absolutely terrific. And what we want to do is, now that we got these, and in the meantime, you'll just have to use your own favorite barbecue sauce, which will be this barbecue sauce the first time you ever taste it. And we're going to brush these babies up with barbecue sauce just inside. Now, there's another little thing you can do, is while they're still on the grill, you can brush this out on the grill and then just kind of sear them on both sides, and it wakes that barbecue sauce up even a little more, kind of permeates it into the meat there. But we're going to dab this on there. Oh, this barbecue sauce is so good on these baby backs. This barbecue sauce, believe it or not, you can use it on chicken. I put it in spaghetti sauce. It's absolutely, the kids dip French fries in it. It's really, really yummy stuff. Smoky sweet, if that gives you a little bit of hint. But we'll tell you about that sometime in the future, about our new barbecue sauce. Well, we got this done. Let me move this over. I'm going to plate this up for you. And again, like I said, you could have done that out on the grill, put the barbecue sauce out there for the last 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and then it's just about right. Look at them babies. Cutting in between the bone, and remember that meat just falls off the bone. There you are. I don't even want to mess up that pretty plate, so I'm going to eat out of this little pile right over here. Hold on one second. This is absolutely fabulous. If you want to make ribs before you go to the hunting camp, boil them. That's right. In that beef broth, all the seasoning, put your rib rub on there, fold them up in aluminum foil and refrigerate them. Then when you get them out there, just throw them on your barbecue grill for about an hour, paint them with the barbecue sauce, sear them up, and you'll have baby back ribs so tender and delicious with flavor put in, not boiled out. Steve's Quick Ribs. Try them at your next hunting camp, and are they the most delicious ribs you've ever ate? If they ain't, they ought to be. This is Steve Hall saying, see you next time. These are good. Hey everybody, thanks for watching Cooking with Shotgun Red. If you enjoy our recipes, become a subscriber to our cooking channel, and you'll be the first to know when a new recipe is posted. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below.
This is Shotgun Red saying thanks a lot.